Today's episode of Thrive Gwinnett is brought to you by Rocket IT. We help businesses leverage and automate their technology to ensure each day is more profitable than the last. Your technology should work for you in a way that grows your business and helps you reach your goals. To learn if your organization could benefit from one of Rocket IT's personalized roadmaps, visit rocketit.com/roadmap help or click the link in this episode's description. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Rocket IT's Thrive Gwinnett. Joining me today is Linnea Miller. Linnea, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm so thrilled to be here with you today.
Awesome. Yes, no, Linnea, we've got a lot of great things to talk about in just your multitude of roles as a community leader and influencer here in Gwinnett. So I'm excited to get started on that. As the host of Thrive Gwinnett, I get a great deal of opportunity to talk to folks just like you who are making that positive impact. And I really want to start our conversation today just by kind of talking about you as a leader in Gwinnett here and just the number of hats that you're wearing. And, what aspects of your job do you really love? And I should say this too, before you answer that, Linnea, you've got a great company that you have built just out of your own personal passion called Long Table, where you are the founder, you're the coach, you're the consultant for a multitude of folks. So tell me about that journey.
Wow. Yeah, no, I'd love to. I know. And I'm thinking like of all the hats, right? All the different hats. And I do
Right.
wear a lot of hats. I mean, for first and foremost, I'm a mom, like a lot of probably your listeners, and I'm a wife. And so, my family's important to me. And in public, I've been on the city council for the city of Swanee since 2014. I believe I serve state of Georgia and through the Georgia Municipal Association, just helping with community development issues and chairing some committees on legislative policy. I get to serve on boards and I get to serve in my church. I love community. Most of what I do is revolved around Gwinnett, a little bit more. I think it always ripples, right? We get to always expand. And I just love the whole idea of your podcast, this whole idea of Thrive Gwinnett. It really is what my passion is. Like, to see Gwinnett thrive is what my passion is. And so, I think
Absolutely.
there's an overarching theme between what I do with Long Table, what I do as a public, as a public servant, basically, what I do as a volunteer, what I do as a parent and as a wife and as a person.
Hey.
There's an overarching theme, right? And it is for people to
Right.
thrive, because I just think that it sounds so simple, but everyone matters. If you're looking at somebody in the eyes, they matter, right? And they have the potential to add value to their world. And I think when people are unlocked and they know that they belong and they know that their contributions matter, that's when they thrive, right? And when people thrive, when it
Absolutely.
thrives. When people thrive, their
Yes.
businesses thrive. When people thrive, their families thrive. So that's really what my work is about. It's about empowering and equipping and elevating the contributions of every person, of every voice, even because we're all so unique at the table. And it's that long
So
table,
true.
right? It's like there's voices at the table. How do we unlock and equip those voices, give them a way to realize their potential, and then just be really intentional about extending that table all the time and just saying, who else needs to be here? Who else has a contribution that will make us all better? Like, who else has a voice that we haven't
Yeah.
heard? Who else has something that matters and that will make us better? And so that's where the idea of Long Table came about, really. There's a great quote.
Right.
It says, when you have more than you need, build a longer table, not a higher fence. And
That's beautiful.
I've looked for the source of this quote. So maybe one of your listeners will know it, but I've never been able to find the actual author of that quote. But that quote is so compelling to me because I just think that in this world we live in where the breakdowns happen is when we're building walls. It's we're building silos,
Yeah.
or we're sitting at our tables in only with people who think like us or look like us or want to, or do this confirmation bias. And that's where it all falls apart. So for me, it was like build longer tables. Like let's do it. Let's get out there, build longer tables, invite people to really bring the contribution that they uniquely have to live into the full potential of who they really are and to do that in a way that serves, their companies, their families, their communities. So that's really what I do. So everything else is just a
Yeah. No,
tool.
right. No, I think that's right. And I think what makes you so captivating is just how genuine you are with your approach
Mhm.
in your purpose and ultimately wanting to help everyone be their best selves. I think that is just so refreshing.
Mhm.
And I know you get to work in a variety of different capacities with folks in and around our community. And is there a favorite part that you have? I mean, do you really enjoy the more, group sessions, or is it the one-on-ones, or what are you
Yeah.
really excited about right now?
Oh, man. Okay, so that's a great question. I mean, it's not you could
Yeah.
tell, it's not hard for me to be excited because when I see transformation happen
Yeah.
with people,
Right.
it makes me wanna wake up in the morning. It makes me wanna just, show up in every place where we can make that happen. And so
Yeah.
I do it all. With Long Table, we do it all. So that's the great thing is Long Table, I think what is where that's become this evolution is we moved to Gwinnett County in 1998. And my husband and I moved here from
Okay.
Grand Rapids, Michigan. And we were young with little kids. And I think like everybody, we were just looking for a place where we could provide our children with the best quality of life. And we followed a job
Right.
opportunity to Gwinnett and in really to Swanee. And there wasn't the Swanee that people know now was not here in 1998. What I've learned
True.
later is there's so many amazing people who were doing work that built Swanee and built Gwinnett and built our cities here to what they are now. All that stuff was
Yeah.
happening. It's that infrastructure, right? And these organizations, even like we mentioned Leadership Gwinnett or Gwinnett Municipal Association
Yes.
or the Chamber or Partnership Gwinnett, like these things were happening and they were building an infrastructure, I think, here in Gwinnett that I didn't know about and I get to be a part of now. But as a young family, I benefited from it. And I kind of grew up with
Yeah.
this community in Swanee. And I think what Swanee did for me is they said, you belong. Your contribution actually matters. It has value. And so, whether it was through volunteering, whether it was through working with public art and helping our city
Mhm.
really kind of build out our public art program, eventually kind of
Yeah.
getting into public office and kind of working through all of that stuff, it was like your contribution matters. You belong. You're making this place thrive. And I was just like, oh, this is awesome. And I had a background in history in education and in ministry. So, I worked at Gwinnett Church for a while, and I still attend Gwinnett
Nice.
Church. I love Gwinnett Church. I've been, and my family and I, we've been actually in North Point churches for 20 years. But, they have this tagline that's for Gwinnett. And I was like, that's it. It's going to be for Gwinnett. Oh, look, for Gwinnett.
Ah,
How can we show
convenient.
it to you for people, right?
Props.
And so it wasn't in 2018 that I think it all kind of came together as far as going, how can I put my years of experience in education and in ministry and in public service to work to help people to do just that, right? To thrive, to unlock their potential.
Yeah.
And that's where Long Table was formed. And what I chose to do was I chose to partner. I love partnering. I'm a collaborator, right? I always just think if we're going to do
Yeah.
something, it's fine to do it alone, but I'd rather do it with other people who are doing really good work. And one organization that's doing really, really good work is it's called Giant, and they're in
Mhm.
129 countries. and in industries all over the US, military, they're in Google, they're in Google's like literally using the same platform content technology. And so I partnered with Giant and just the really great community there. And I have used Giant in collaboration with Long Table to really help unlock the potential of people in their places of work. And, I just really believe that, and I know that Rocket IT is a perfect example. Like, you guys have
Absolutely.
really, your culture has, you won award for this year. Okay. Small business
Yeah.
award. What was your award? It was the culture award, right? It was a
Yes.
recognition that when people at Rocket IT are thriving, Gwinnett is thriving, right? And that's
I
what
love
you
that.
were honored
It's so true.
for in the chamber and
Mhm.
through Gwinnett County, and you're not alone. There's so many organizations
Right.
like that, that when these organizations go, they expand beyond just a transaction from customer to, service and product and, that transaction, but they go beyond that. They go for influence, they go for legacy.
Yes.
Like, that's
I love it.
when these companies take it to the next level. And and so with Long
Oh, yeah.
Table, that's what I get to do. I get to come into these and work with these companies and say, okay, from janitor to the C-suite, like, if somebody is here and you're looking into the eyes of one of your colleagues, they have potential. They have a contribution that this company needs. And so, how do we unlock them so that they could show up every
Mhm.
day doing what it is that they were meant to do, that they were hired to do, and do it just with this full full-heartedness and this way of thriving. And you get one person to do that, you get one team to do that, you get one C-suite to do that, and all of a sudden it really ripples outward. And so I
Oh,
have
yeah.
clients that I'm working with in companies, and like they'll be a part of a training or a coaching or a core group. We do kind of all these different touch points for people. And I have people that are like, they'll come to me afterwards. They're like, so man, this is really helping me think about whatever in the way that I speak with my clients, right? But this saved
Yeah.
my marriage. That's what I mean, people will come to me and tell me this,
There
being
you
a
go.
part of this saved my marriage. Okay, so if somebody shows up with a better marriage, they're gonna be a better employee, right? And if
Oh,
they're a
yeah.
better
Yeah.
parent, they're going to be a better employee. If they're a better employee, you're going to have a better bottom line. You're going to be able to produce more. Your clients are gonna wanna do business with you. And
You're
again,
helping the
Gwinnett's
whole
gonna
person.
benefit. It is. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that's
No,
really,
I love that.
it's another tool. So Long Table is just that. It's an extension. It's not an either or. It's not
Absolutely.
I am somebody who's in public service and I am somebody who's a business owner. I am all of that. And I think we all are in just our
Yes.
variety of roles that we all play. And we could show up in ways that just really just empower and equip people. So that's what I'm trying to do. Just a little bit.
It's beautiful. Linnea, that was amazing. And I mean,
Um,
you sold me on it. I think that was just I I love your energy with this too. It just I
oh,
mean, you really
thank
do try to connect with that person's core in helping them thrive. And I think that's so cool. And I know, I'm not your only fan in the community. So
you.
I appreciate it. And, I want to say too, if we want to get, if, folks listening, tuning in here on Thrive Gwinnett, if they want to get in touch with you, what's the best way to reach out?
I would say you can reach out to me through, I would say probably the best thing to do is, I'm gonna give my cell phone number out on your website. It's, text me or call me. It's
Oh,
my number is 678-592-4150. Look, it's on the City of Swanee's webpage anyway, so it's no secret. Linnea at longtableconsulting.com. I'm on I'm on LinkedIn. I am on Facebook. I am on Instagram. I am in the community. And honestly, I would say just from even a really tactical, if you're just curious and you want to know, like, who are the people on my team? Like, I just want to know, like, what makes them tick and like what makes them come alive? What do they prioritize and value? Like, you can actually do
Yeah.
this we call it five voices assessment. And it's just going, who are the different people that I work with that are on this team? How are they
Mhm.
wired to bring their contribution? And how do I bring it out of them? That's like I'll
Yeah.
do a boot camp for you for free. You could do an assessment, just
Very
Linnea,
cool.
it's giant.tv/long table. And you could take a five
Okay.
voices assessment, and I will do a boot camp for anybody who's listening to this. I'll spend an hour and a half with your
That's
team,
awesome.
and I'll just help you answer those questions. I'll do it for free. Like, I just love doing it. I just,
Very
again, I'll do that. So they could do that. I don't have any coaching groups that are open right now. I think I may launch another
okay.
coaching group in the spring, so people can just be looking for that on all of my social
Okay.
media sites and through my email.
Awesome.
But yeah, that would be how I would do it.
Love it. Love it. No, that's a great opportunity. And I've done the Five Voices training and it was amazing. Big change I've noticed in how I communicate and what I've realized self-actualization.
Yeah,
But it's huge benefit to everyone just to give it a try and go through that training. Love it.
yeah,
Well,
yeah, yeah.
Linnea, thank you so much. Our time is up. I've
I
enjoyed
know.
having you and learning more about what makes you so excited about the work that you do at Long Table and your passion and how it came about. So thank you for all that you do for our community and thank you for being here today.
And thank you. Keep helping Gwinnett thrive. Like, seriously, I'm all for it. Get it. I love it, Colleen.
Hey,
Great.
it's a team effort, I gotta tell you. So it's good stuff and I enjoy it. So thank you,
Awesome.
Linnea. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. If you like what you're seeing, stay tuned for more. We're going to make sure we put links to so you can find Linnea, either call her, email her, look at Giant TV, but definitely get connected. She's awesome. All right, everybody, have a good one. Bye.